Hi Leo, welcome back to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth and I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader. This, Leo, is your love reading for the month of December. I'm going to draw 6 cards initially. I'll let you know what each of them correspond to, okay, as we go. I've already shuffled and meditated. I'll do a little bit more of that on camera and then we shall get started, okay? Okay. Fabulous, darling. This is, excuse me, I do apologize. I'll just say, I have a cold today. I have a cold. So if I cough, I apologize. I'll obviously move away from the camera. And I've got my hot water here, so I might drink this just to clear my throat as the reading goes. Okay, my darling. So, this is a card at the base of your reading, and it's you, Leo. So it's you finally feeling like you in your element, hopefully, okay? It's been tough. We know that November was very tough. We know that October was very tough. And you have been through it. But I know that I've spoken to my mother. I've told you that, I tell you, Leo, my mum is a Leo. And obviously she lives in Blackburn, I live in Leeds. And I said to her, I said, Mum, when I was at home the other week, I said, Mum, you need to be, blah, blah, blah. This is what's going on in the readings. How are you managing it? She said, oh, well, I spoke to your dad, she said. And, oh, well, I tell you, she's really feeling these readings. She don't watch them, but but she's in alignment. And it's been exhausting. It's been exhausting to come to these realizations, to find out what you really want, what you need to say, blah, blah, blah. But you're doing it. You've done it. Excellent. Okay. So now it's about reaping the rewards, hopefully. So let's have a look. This is your underlying energy for the month. It's you. It's the strength card. Okay. Let's have a look at these cards. Now, ordinarily, I choose 6 cards, but as you know, I do read intuitively, so some of them just want to come out, okay? I'm going to put the clarifiers beneath, because that's a clarifier, and that's a clarifier, and these are clarifiers, and I'll know when they need to be drawn, okay? The first card represents your overall energy or focus in love for the month of December, and that is this card, so I'm glad it's got a clarifier, okay? There's a fear here for you. This is really the card of, it's a 9 of Wands, and I always talk about how the wand energy is related to fire, your sign, but it's related to the second chakra, the sacral chakra. Now, the sacral chakra is responsible for all those things that we always talk about with the wand energy, responsible for our passions, our creativity, our motivation, our imagination, and but it is also the seat of our traumas. Now, I always tell you guys, I spend time with the energies. Well, about 2-3 years ago, when I was doing my Reiki Masters and I was doing my meditations, I spent about a week I won't tell you what was released with this energy, with the second chakra. And I coined the term torture chamber, because really the memories and the slights to our self-esteem, they're all held in that space. And this is really the epitome of it, this card. This is the epitome of wanting to move, wanting to do, wanting to experience, but being held back or holding yourself back because, oh my God, I feel scared, I feel vulnerable, it happened to me before and I was hurt before. That's that energy, okay? And really your focus is overcoming. It's not, you're not going to be chilling in this vibe. You're going to be recognizing that's how you feel, but it's about overcoming that energy this month. Leo, look at that. I mean, you couldn't write it, could you? So not only do you feel this way, you're thinking it as well. This is the Eight of Swords. You know how sad I find this card, because whenever I connect to this energy, it's very uncomfortable for me, because we're not listening to our second chakra or our heart chakra. We're not giving ourselves any compassion. We're not feeling grounded or rooted. We're not even seeing things clearly. We're tied up with the way that with old cycles, things that we used to think, things that have already plagued us, things that have already happened. Those things are holding us back. It's not as if a new situation's coming forward and that's holding you back. Maybe a new situation does arise this month, but it makes you see and realize that this is how you're experiencing things at the moment. This is what you're physically feeling. This is like not looking after yourself, not eating, not sleeping, not getting the right exercise, not speaking to your friends, keeping yourself to yourself and worrying. The sword energy is about our thoughts, our minds, our clarity, our consciousness, our communication. So I really feel like this month, it's about overcoming this type of energy, overcoming this type of treatment to yourself. Stop. It's not your fault. Everything that happens bad in your life is not your fault, Leo. It isn't. And even if that person was a rubbish person to you or treated you horribly or whatever, doesn't mean that, 1, that you deserved it. Doesn't mean that 2, it will happen again. Doesn't mean 3, that you've got bad luck. This is what you need to realise and overcome with these 2 energies. So it's really important this month that if you are in a new relationship, if you are meeting somebody new, or if you just, it's Christmas, so we're spending more time with our families. This is why most people get divorced around this time of year, but it's just because we don't see each other all year, and then you've got to spend 2 weeks with them in the same house. And you're like, oh my God, I married that. No, I'm joking. I'm not married, but that's the truth about divorces and stuff like that, statistically. But anyway, I digress, darling. So this is really about you recognizing what you've been through this year, how you're feeling, how you're feeling. And, realising that you're in a new situation now, even if you can't see that. And you've got the blindfold on, so that's probably why you can't see it. Okay, let's move on then. So this is what or who you could encounter or experience in the month of December. And we've got this indecision, this energy of indecision. Now, this is if it's a who you could encounter, it's an earth sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Excuse me. It's a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If it's a what, this is a card of indecision. Or not indecision, actually. It's refusal to make a decision. And an acceptance of where you are. And you being happy to stay where you are. Now, of course you're happy to stay where you are because you're scared to bloody move. You're scared to do anything, aren't you? Now, number twos are, I didn't swear then. Number twos are a commitment. They're a partnership, okay? So there's a commitment to a way of thinking in this respect because it's sword energy, our thoughts, minds, clarity, blah, blah, blah. It's a commitment to a way of thinking, a way of seeing yourself. And this is really the same as these, isn't it? It's being stuck because you see yourself in a certain way, being stuck because you don't want to, you're scared to move forward because of what's already happened in the past in your life, things that have already happened years ago, potentially years and years and years ago, but you're still scared, and it's like you're still afraid, and it's like that's why you're not wanting to make a decision. I always say with the 2 of Swords, look at the water. Water's representative of emotions. Look at the water behind her. Dead calm. It's not all like, churning up. And that's because emotionally you've made peace with this way of thinking, your perspective. And you're saying, I'm not going to move. It's in a way similar, not the same, similar to the 4 of Pentacles, that idea of holding on to something. staying committed to this way of thinking, way of seeing yourself, and not really wanting to. It's like you've made a decision, but you don't want to move on that decision. And I can understand why with these energies here as well. So I can understand, Leo, why you're not moving on a decision, but clearly you've got to find your strength, because clearly that's what this energy seems to be about. Okay, I think we might have a clarifier here. This one's coming up next. This is your perspective or your past. Okay, so there you go. So this is what your perspective really is about. Change is about wanting change, is about wanting to bring change in, it's about wanting things to be different, wanting to move on from this energy. Now we talk about transmuting energy, we talk about the transmutation or the transformation of energy. Now Einstein's third law is just a second, I'll have a drink. I feel like Wendy on Wendy show, Wendy Williams with me having a drink. I don't always do that. Anyway, perspective of change. So this is what you want. Now we talk about the transmutation of energy, the change of energy. Einstein's third law is that energy cannot be destroyed or created. It can only be transformed. It can only change into something else. And this is kind of what it's like for you. It's like you've put in, this is strenuous, this is hard, this is physically challenging and physically demanding. This is mentally challenging and mentally demanding, but you have to face up to it. You only get to these cards once you start to see it for yourself. Once you start to see for yourself, oh my gosh, I'm still carrying this with me. Oh my gosh, I'm afraid to move on. This is why you're seeing those cards, because that's where you know you're at. You know that you're at a place where, oh my God, I need to give myself a chance, I need to give him a chance, I need to give her a chance, but I'm scared. You're at that point. Realize and recognize. But that energy that you put into realizing and into recognizing is the thing that itself that changes the energy, is what turns the wheel, is what transmutes that energy. So we're wanting change. You want a change, Leo. You do. I'll have to speak to my mum later. You want a change, Leo. You do. You want things to change. You want things to be different. And it might be that you tried. You were married the first time. It didn't work out. But you stuck in. You got married again. You thought, I'm overcoming it. You got married again. And it didn't work out again. Then you're like, oh, do you know what? I'm throwing a towel in now. I can't do it. I'm not good. I'm rubbish. This is what you're thinking. This is how you... But actually, that's got to change. You can't hold and carry it all as if it's all on you. It isn't. The universe works in mysterious ways. Check out the video on karma, because it explains about unlocking karma. It explains why our input doesn't always... or it doesn't actually have anything to do necessarily with our output. We can try hard to get this relationship or to make this marriage work, but there's two people and they're on two distinct paths. And then there's a third pentacle, which is a universal input. We don't know what the outcome's going to be. There's unknown variables, and that's because people do this. That's because people have stuff inside them that they don't speak about. That's because people have stuff inside them that affects their actions and behaviour, and they don't even realise that it affects their actions and behaviour. That's the unknown element. That's the third pentacle. That's how we unlock our karma. You've got to start being aware. You've got to start listening to yourself, feeling what you're feeling. Just feel it. This is why I always say to you guys, oh yeah, I experience the energies, because I do. Because when I feel like this, I let myself feel like this. I don't try to cover it up by getting drunk or by distracting myself by speaking to my friends or going out. I sit in the house and I go, wow, I feel, excuse me, pardon my French, I feel shit, man. Why do I feel so shit? What have I done? Why do I feel so bad about myself? Oh my gosh, he hurt, whatever. And I go through it. I sit with that, because that recognition, that understanding, that reflection is what turns the wheel, is what brings in new energy. So this is what you guys need to be doing this month. You need to be doing that this month. You need to be recognizing this. This is how I'm feeling. This is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm telling myself. This is how I'm treating myself. That's what you need. Be there. Oh my God, hilarious. I talked about the Blue Four of Pentacles, didn't I? You know what I mean? Sit there, sit with it. See your vulnerabilities. See how this life as compounded your vulnerabilities, and recognize that. Recognize that those vulnerabilities are stopping you from moving forward. Recognize it and accept it, because recognizing it and accepting it is the thing that helps to turn the wheel. Okay, this is your next card. This is your love potential or love lesson. I started singing then. Love potential. What is that? Do you know what song that is? No, I don't even know. Anyway, I'm going to let you see it. Oh, there you go. Hermit. Right, I'm going to put that there. I'm going to do Wendy again. Wendy Williams. I'm going to have a drink on my water. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so love potential. Does this card wants to come out? Love potential. If it's a person, it could be a Virgo, because this card relates to Virgo. Also, though, this is it's, check out the astrology below. It is December, which is this card of temperance, but we've also got Neptune. Excuse me, we've also got we've also got Mercury. In Mercury's retrograde until about the 6th, I think. It's down below, you can read it. And Mercury is obviously represented by the Hermit energy. So if you think about what the Hermit energy is, you know, it's about this diligence, isn't it? It's about this understanding, doing this inner work to uncover, to release, to see what's going on. So if it's not a person, so if this is a love potential, it could be a Virgo. You've got potential to meet a Virgo. But for the rest of us, it's just a lesson that we've got to learn. And again, it's what I've been saying. It's about looking within, trying to understand, trying to work out, trying to accept. Just see it. You just have to see it, first of all. You just have to see it. You just have to see, oh my gosh, I'm still hurt by that. Then that little bit of seeing starts the wheel, doesn't it? Oh my gosh, I'm still hurt by that. Oh my gosh, this is how it's affected me. Oh my gosh, this is why I'm not going out on any dates. This is why I'm this, blah, blah, blah. So you've got to start to see it. This is clarifying it. Yes, good, excellent. We've got to clarify, you know what I'm saying. Do you know, it's really hard actually working with a cold. I used to when you don't see me and all the other tarot readers, it's because we're going through this energy, and that is a physical energy as well. It's not just spiritual enlightenment. It physically can take its toll on you, and we get exhausted. This is why you've not seen any tarot readers hardly in November, because November was hard for all light workers. Okay, why did I start telling you that story? I started telling that story because it's been a challenge for you as well. It's been a challenge for everybody, and that's why I started telling it. Sorry. Usually, I don't read cards when I'm ill. When I'm going through the spiritual expansion, it's so hard. And I think so. When I woke up on Saturday and I was ill with a cold, I thought, oh my gosh, that's well easy. It's really not easy to read cards when you've got a cold. But anyway, so we've got this celebration. We've got the 3 of Cups. Remember, number 3 is a master number related to the Ascended Masters, one of my favourite energies. And the Ascended Masters are the Buddhas and the Jesus Christ, or your ancestors, all those souls that went before us, and all the wisdom that they left behind. Remember, energy cannot be destroyed or created, it can only be transformed. So their wisdom is all around us. With the 3 of Cups, we recognise that. We recognise that we're in a situation that is good for us, that is right for us, because we've been encouraged to be in that situation by the universe, by your ancestors, whatever you think the divine is. And of course, for celebration here. So it looks as if the time that you spend introspection means that you are victorious. Okay, we've got 2 9s there, haven't we? It means that you're victorious. It means that you are happy and you've got reason to celebrate. You're coming into wisdom. You're coming into understanding. You're coming into awareness of self, and that is all we can ask for you for now, for love. Okay, that's what you need, Leo. Okay, let's look at the next card, which is your challenge. Now, we've got all these cards. We'll look at them. We'll see what they are in a minute. The challenge is, again, this reading, it's like I've picked the cards out on purpose and put them in the way, you know, but this is really, the challenge is what you're releasing. The challenge, this is Scorpio season. Oh my gosh, Scorpio season just ended. How hard was that? But this is the energy that we were trying to do. We were trying to work with. We were trying to be in that situation and exist in the energy of realizations and of release and of transform. That's what it was. It was about that. We've just had that month of November. That's what it's trying to teach us. And it seems to be your challenge, as I said already, is about letting things go or allowing yourself to transform. Do not fight against yourself. Don't fight against yourself. If you are feeling like, I just want to be happily married again. I just want to be in another relationship again. I just want to be single, whatever it is. I just want to be with him and not her, or whatever it is for you. Do not fight your transformation. I mean, if you do, it's fine. Don't worry. It's karmic anyway. You're not going to lose out. You might lose that specific person at that specific time, but ultimately it will all play out, so don't worry. Watch the video about karma. But this is what your challenge is, about releasing and transforming. And look, this is why. This is the clarifying card, the strain of it. I mean, Leo, let me just have a drink. Leo, seriously now, come on. Come on now, Leo. I mean, you've got the number 10 here, so you're at the end. You've got 2 10s, you've got 2 9s, you've got, you know, there's a real sense of like, it's an effort, you know, it's too late in the year now to change it. Like, we'll just get past Christmas, like, and if that's how you feel, allow yourself to recognize that. Allow yourself to say, well, it's just because it's Christmas. Don't pretend like everything's fine. Don't pretend like you're like, don't lie to yourself in your brain. Don't say to yourself in your head, oh yeah, well, it's fine that it's like this. I feel like this is going to want to come out now. This is lying to yourself in your head, okay? Well, like I just said, I knew that card was going to come out. Don't lie to yourself in your head and say, oh no, I'm fine. Like, if you know that the only reason you ain't leaving or the only reason you ain't starting is because you're like, I just need to get to Christmas holidays. Once I get to Christmas holidays, then I can think about it. Then I can dump her. Then I can release him. Whatever. Then I can stop drinking. Whatever it is for you that's affecting your relationship and affecting your romantic connections with people. Don't lie to yourself. Accept that you're just saying, do you know what, I'm just hanging on. I know I'm hanging on. Let me just hang on. Say that. Don't do that. Because at the moment, some of you are doing this. Some of you say, no, it's fine. It's fine. Even though it's dead, man. Even though it's over. Even though you know it's over. Even though you know that relationship is over. Or that you love this other person. Or that you need to be single. Whatever it is for you. You know that you're different now. You can't fake it. You can't put death back in the box, man. You can't do it. With death, it's like, it's done. Once that understanding comes through, that awareness is there. This is your challenge, though. Your challenge is letting this come in. The challenge is, stop doing this. This is you going, nah, I'm all right. It's fine. I'm all right. No, you're not fine, Leo. And if you want to say you're fine, and I think you're only saying that because you're tired, because you're like, oh, I can't be. I just don't want to argue. I just don't want to argue. Not at Christmas. I just want everything to be nice. I want everything to be nice with kids. I want whatever you want. Fine. If that's what you want, everything nice to be nice with kids, whatever, that's fine. But allow yourself to say that in your brain to yourself. I'm only staying in this marriage right now because it's Christmas and I do not want to spoil it for my kids. Or because I don't want to be single at Christmas. If that's what it is, say it to yourself in your brain. Because that's what it is for some of you. If some of you are going out, getting yourself into relationships just because you don't want to be single at Christmas, say that to yourself in your brain. Allow yourself to come into that realization. Look, I don't want to be single at Christmas again. So I'm gonna, I'll go on a date with him. I'll be with him. I'll be with her because I just don't want to be single. Some of you ain't gonna, that's what it is for some of you, but you ain't saying it. You're like trying to hide from yourself. And this is why you're feeling like this. Because you're pretending that everything's fine. You're pretending like, oh no, I'm happy. Oh yeah, no, everything's fine. No, it isn't fine, babe. You need to be honest with yourself. This is, as I said, it's not about you having to necessarily do anything about it. It's not about you having to necessarily, I'm going to file for divorce, or I'm going to move out. No, you don't have to do any of that. It's just about allowing yourself to accept what you're thinking in your mind and not be, this is the card of deception. And this is all about you, your challenge, you're deceptive, being deceptive of yourself, and you're not allowing this transfer. You know now. You know what you want. You know who you are. You change. You're different. Say that to yourself. Doesn't mean you have to leave before Christmas. Doesn't mean you have to leave tomorrow. Doesn't mean you have to go and ask her out or him out tomorrow. It just means you've got to allow yourself to recognise, okay, I was wrong, or this is not what I want, or whatever it is, okay? Okay, so these two are going to be linked then, obviously. Oh, I feel like I want to come to this one first. Advice. I feel like I want to come to this one first, so we're going to... Look, see, you can anticipate something new coming through. The Three of Wands, I mean, hallelujah. I mean, we've got some change, we've got some movement. I'm just going to say as a side note as well, we've got some repeating energies. So we've got 9 and 9, we've got like 9 and 9, we've got 8 and 8, we've got 3 and 3, we've got 10 and 10. I think that this is giving me an indication that for some of you, this is about you are in a relationship, you are with somebody, in a relationship with somebody else, potentially, okay? Or, because number 2 is about partnerships, it's also about commitment. So it might be that you're, number 2, committed, because there's 2 of all these energies, committed to a way of thinking, committed to a way of living. And if it is that way for you, it's because you've been in that situation for so long. You've thought about yourself in a certain way for so long. You think that your man is a perfect man. You put him on a pedestal, and you know deep down that he's a dog. So why are you lying to yourself? You know he's a dog, so why are you lying to yourself? This is what some of you are doing, This is what some of you are doing. Don't lie to... Well, as I said, karmically, it's not going to do any harm, because karmically the universe will just give you brighter lights so you see that, okay? But for you, emotionally, this is what it's doing to you. When you lie to yourself, when you don't accept things, when you don't want to think about it, when instead of having that conversation or reflecting on how he made you feel or how they made you feel, instead of doing that, you just drink a glass of wine or you just smoke a spliff and you don't ever question it. And you don't think about it because you don't want the transformation to come through. You don't want to be vulnerable. You don't want it to happen before Christmas. Who wants to be single at Christmas? Whatever it is. But it harms you. It harms you. That's who it hurts. It hurts you, Leo. I tell you what, I'm ringing my mum after this reading. Okay, so 3 of Wands. Wand energy. We've talked about wand energy. Fire, okay? We've talked about action, movement. Now the 3 of Wands, we call this card the ships coming in, things coming towards us. But this is new energy. We're getting some new energy finally coming through. So let's have a look. Yes, oh thank God for that. Thank you, Leo. About blooming time. In fact, that was the card. That was a clarifier. So the advice, how to achieve balance, is basically repetition of this. Be in your element. This is your energy. The Queen of Wands is your energy. It's fire, obviously. And, the queens, as opposed to the kings, are all about our innate understanding. What we understand, what we know. It's all about all these things that we're not trying to face and we're trying not to look at. Now the kings are active. The kings are about taking action on what we know, what we think, what we feel, etc. The queens are about what is within, understanding what is within, as the hermit is, understanding what's within. Well, the hermit's about investigation, which is slightly different. It's more active, actually, and it's more healing. And we do... blah, blah, blah. Anyway... But the queens are passive energy. So it's about, how does this make me feel? Basically, what I've been saying to you, you've really got to work out how you feel and be confident that how you feel is absolutely fine to feel that way. Even if you hate your husband, even if you hate your wife. Now, if you hate your husband or your wife or your boyfriend or your girlfriend or whatever, that's not a reflection on, well, it might be. It's not necessarily a reflection on your husband or your wife or whoever you're with, or whatever. It's about you not feeling like you're able to be yourself. You're not able to fully flourish and be who you truly are in that relationship. So that is what causes the resentment. That is what causes the hurt. That is what causes you to feel the strain of trying to hold on to it, of trying not to release it. That is what causes that type of strain, okay? So finally, this is what I'm saying. This is the advice. The advice is you do you, and you see what happens. You see how different you feel. You'll feel the difference come in. You'll feel it. You will physically feel that difference. You'll feel the load lighten. You'll feel more positive, more excited about the future. This is what the universe wants you to feel. This is what you're being asked and encouraged to go through in the month of December. But it's about you sitting there and looking at it, reading the book of your life and saying, okay, yeah, this is astrology. You're like, okay, yeah, like this is how I feel now. This is where I am at now. Okay, what do I need to do now? This is the Queen of Wands, and this is you realizing that, and those of you that have dreams, intense dreams, vivid dreams, respond to those, listen to those. You may be getting messages in your dreams, or awareness, synchronicities as such. This is really because you can anticipate that change has to come. You feel it within. You feel it. You feel that this is happening, that this transformation is happening. You feel it. This change is happening. You feel it. So you've got to allow yourself to stop blocking the transformation. As I said, it doesn't mean that you'll necessarily take any action on it, but allow yourself to at least recognize how you're feeling and what you're thinking, okay? Okay, that was a bit of a dramatic reading, Leo. Wow. Very energetic reading. So you're probably not feeling too bad. The Hermit can, as I said, suggest can link to physically releasing things as well, physically understanding things. So it can be situations that you have to heal from in a physical sense that give you that time out as well. Read the description box below for Hermit energy anyway, because I've added a lot about him. And check out the December astrology video as well. It might give you, if you go to my channel page and check that out, it might give you some more help really about how to move through this type of energy and about how to face up to these, recognize the things that you're feeling and experiencing, okay? So check those out. I don't know if I'll link it. I'll try to remember to link it. If I don't, you can find it on my channel page. Right, that's it. So if you like this, I hope it's okay for you. I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you, Leo. Okay? If you like this video, please like it. And obviously you can leave a comment and share the content of the videos as well, my loves. If you want to send it privately on WhatsApp, or you can share it on your social media, whatever, please do. If you haven't already, please subscribe and click the bell so that you'll be notified as soon as any of my new content is uploaded. Your bi-weekly general readings up to the 9th of December are still available to view on here. And there's a pick a card reading, and there's a few other things. So have a look around the channel and see if there's anything there for you. Thank you so much for being here, Leos. It's been fabulous. I hope you get the message, even though you know what it's like. I would deliver it because that's how it comes out. It's not a choice on my part, okay? Thank you very much for being here, my darlings, and I will see you all probably not next week because I'm doing my personal readings next week, but the week after with your new readings, okay? So take care, my lovelies. Thank you. Enjoy your December. Bye, Leo.